Okay guys, did a little more work on the inside port of the old CNC heads. As far as our liquid flow goes, looks like we're quite a bit better than we were. Let's take a quick look at our chamber. Alright, not telling me, sorry. Interesting. Is it better? It's a good question. I don't think it's bad. I think it's pretty good. A lot of speckles on the valve. Not quite as much coverage, I think, as the last time. Okay, due to the port being straightened out more, we got way more liquid on the right-hand side. Okay? You can see that push rod has been moved over quite a bit and changed the port to feed that part of the bowl better. And in reality, I had to do some work on the straight wall side too, because that machined out bolt really causes an issue. I also noticed that this bowl was considerably narrower than the outside bowl. So I did add a little area where I thought it needed it. Okay, let's take a good look at this bowl. Got a good hit on the guide. We got a nice wide swath in the bowl on both sides. I'm pretty sure that's the best we've done on the bowl to date. Okay, take a look down. You can see right down to the filler. And our angle into the chamber is a good angle. I did take a little area out over here because I thought that was blocking. It was a little too straight. In reality, I probably could use a little more area right there, but it's not bad where it is right now. Okay, the short side really doesn't look different. You can see where I gave it a little area on the center of the cylinder above the short side radius. You can see I hit it with a sand roll. It's a little notchy still. I should have looked at that some more, but it seems to have helped. So we'll take a look at that. Okay, I'm quite a few videos ahead, so I'm not really sure when this is going to air, but this is our first cut inside port. This is our second cut inside port. How did we do? Well, we got 2 minuses, 3 minuses, and then we did better everywhere else, so I'm going to take that as a win. Okay, 220 at 300 versus 211, I'll take it. 600 to 355, 600 to 342. Take it out as a win. We go 364.1 at 750. We got plenty of swirl. We got 3,000 and change. Right? The swirl curve is definitely almost all pluses except for the very top. And we got one anomaly right here. Okay, that's when she just starts losing it over the short side. More than enough swirl to take care of things. Let's go to the higher lifts. Yeah, we're 366, 364. We start losing a little bit, 365. Okay? So that's telling me I could be doing some more work to that short side, but we'll wind up losing probably some in here. And 220 is a fairly decent number. It's not great, but it's decent. And I think I'm going to have the owner take a look at this, put this in his computer and see what we've got. Now, I did do some work as far as our air speeds, which I think was a big success. Okay, these were our air speeds. This is what are our air speeds. Plus, 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 right? We went from 130, which is pretty dead, to 225. Made a huge difference on your pushrod pinch. The whole pinch works way more efficiently now. Take a look at our roof. Our roof picked up nicely. 122, 123, 135, 134. Okay? I did do work on that roof to fix those air speeds. Now take a look at the short side. Not a complete success, but not bad. We go from 345 to 318. 393 to 401. It actually went up in the center, where I gave it some decent amount of area here. You can see it slowed down, but that air didn't want to move over that way. I mean, some of it did because our liquid moved over, right? And our last number was 369, 380 went up. Now this corner is tough because we got that bolt in the way. Let's take a look at that. Okay, that corner is tough to get. Let's take a look at this way and we'll take a look at the other way. You got that bolt that's ground down, right? And a lot of air wants to get around that. I'm not sure what I should do with that, because I may be doing more harm than good at that point. Okay, I did leave a rough finish on that. That was actually a mistake. That should have been polished out, but I obviously forgot to do it. So that corner right there is really fast and could use a little more work, but I think we're going to hold off on that until the owner takes a look at the numbers. We did get a little bit of blue right on the floor of the short side, similar to that. Not exactly the same, but not bad. Let's move that light. I'm going to take that as a win. Sorry guys, I think that looks damn good. And I get the feeling that this should stay where it is. Because remember, we got two different intake ports. Let's show the liquid on the other port. Okay, this is the outer port. Still not bad. Definitely got more on the outside wall than the inside port, but it's also coming in at a different angle. Alright, I also did work on the exhaust port. Not a complete win. Okay, here's our second cut. Here's our first cut. Minus, minus, minus. Noise, noise, noise. All minuses. All minuses to 600. Now, remember I also fixed the bore adapter on our bore. So there, it's much better now than the way it was. This was... The way it was gave the exhaust, these flows had a lot more area around that exhaust. So this is more shrouded with our bore adapter. But take a look. As it progresses, it tops out almost as good. All right, 270, 273, 275, 279. This had 305 at 750 with a pipe. This was 302.4 at 750. This is what's really, remember, it's much more shrouded now, but it's flowing almost as well. So I would have to take a look and see how close these are to the outer port, exhaust port. Like I said, I think they're the same port, and he can just pick whichever one he wants to use. Alright guys, I think I'm going to move on from these for a little while, see what he says. These, like I said, I'm ahead on my videos, so this may not get posted for a while. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out. Have a good night.